Hello there, this is DVT, and these are the E's. Yeah, I'm talking about electric cars today. Now, I haven't made it a secret that I don't like electric cars. You can tell by the name of my channel, DVT's Vrooms, that I like cars to go vroom vrooms, and electric cars don't go vroom vroom. So, I don't really like them. Now, it's not that I have something against electric cars themselves or the technology of electric cars. In fact, a lot of them can look very cool and all of that, but I just don't like the cars that don't make that they don't make any sound, or they just make that ee sound. It's terrible. I hate it. I like the cars to feel powerful, and that's not what I get from electric cars. But anyway, this is not a rant on electric cars, at least not yet. Instead, I bring this up. I wanted to make this video, obviously to drive this car that you can see right now on the screen, because I really never tested it in multiplayer, so I'm curious to try it out. But also because earlier today, I made a poll, well, technically two polls, asking you guys which car to use an ultimate upgrade in. And I had to remake the poll because the first one, I think there might have been a misunderstanding that maybe you thought I was asking you, hey, from these cars, which is the best one for me to use an ultimate upgrade? No, that's not the question. The question is, from these terrible 4 cars, because they're all electric, which one would you like me to see? Which one would you like to see me suffer with? I'm basically gonna get the premium pass and for the season, or the premium season pass, whatever the heck that thing is called. And I'm gonna use one of the ultimate upgrades in one of these 4 terrible cars. And like I said, it's a poll right now, so go ahead and vote for whichever you think I should be using. If you're curious to see more in detail which cars are these, I'm gonna show you each one of them. The first option being the Pininfarina. It's not like this, it's Automobile Pininfarina. Is that what it is? Yes, there we go. The Pininfarina Battista. Now, this used to be a king. When it was originally released, it was gonna be like the strongest car ever. And I think it was really OP for a while, and then it got heavily nerfed. I think the handling got crazily nerfed, and nowadays it's not an amazing car. Not that it's a bad one, but it's not amazing. And honestly, I've never cared for this. I've never understood. There was a lot of buzz around this car, even in Asphalt 9, but it was not my thing, so yeah, I wasn't too interested on it. So that is option number 1. For option number 2, we have the Racer Tachyon Speed. Now, this is an actually cool looking car. I do like the look of this car, but it's still electric, and from what I hear, it's a terrible car. Like, it's proper bad. I don't think this car was ever all that good in this game to begin with, but it does look pretty cool, so I wouldn't mind too much doing this one. But I mean, the choice is yours. The third option is the most spammed cars nowadays, the Faraday Future FF01. Yeah, I don't like this car, period. I know that it's a fantastic car. I know that nowadays it's considered one of the strongest cars in all of Class S, at least not in the ultimate type of, the pay-to-win kings. But this car was given away for free in one of the last festivals, and right after this car was given for free, Gameloft also introduced the ultimate upgrade, so a lot of people had the opportunity to just ultimate upgrade this thing, and that's why you see this car a lot, because a lot of people got it, and a lot of people just use the ultimate upgrade on it, and now you see it all day, every day. I kinda hate it because of that. Honestly, I think it looks cool. It's a cool looking car. You know that I like cars that look bonkers, and this thing looks bonkers. But much like I explained with the Centenario situation the other day, I just, get annoyed of seeing the exact same car all day long, so that's why I hold it against this car. I don't love it, but yeah, that's option 3. And as far as option number 4, we got the Asphalt Owl. Oh yeah, this is an old car. Well, I mean, old in the festivals. I don't know exactly when it was given away, but it is considerably old. A couple years probably. And yeah, this was a very strong Class S car. If I remember correctly, it had really good acceleration, much like a lot of electrics tend to do, except the Razor. So yeah, this is another one. Now, it's kind of curious, this car, because if you notice, if you have paid attention to the logo of my channel, the shape is that of an owl. I like owls. So you will think, hey, DVT, then you should like the Asphalt Owl, right? I really don't love it. I don't hate it. At least it looks interesting, it looks very sleek and all of that. I just really wish that this car had the original, well, the wing that it was shown with when the car was unveiled. Yeah, you heard me right. This car used to have a wing when it was unveiled. I want to show it to you right now. Look at that thing. Look at how beautiful this thing looks when it has a wing. Honestly, I wish it still had it. Obviously, this was when it was just unveiled, when it was announced. So yeah, big wing and all of that. It looks really, really, really cool. I wish it still had it. But no, the actual production version of the car doesn't have a big wing like that. Instead, it has the regular active arrow where this thing goes up and down and all of that. I really wish it had the big static wing, but oh well. So I don't hate this car, but I don't love it either. The point is that those are the 4 options for you to vote. Would you look at that? As it stands, the Faraday is gaining again. The Owl was ahead for quite a bit since I posted this second poll. Like I said, the first poll, I think people got a little bit confusing in thinking that I was asking what was the best car. But that was not the question. The question is which of these 4 cars that I don't like I should use the ultimate upgrade on. I'm gonna make some videos on that. I'm gonna add it temporarily. Gonna add whatever car wins temporarily to my gauntlet lineup. I'll do some MP videos with it. So yeah, I plan to make some content with it. That's why I decided, like, you know what, it'll be a fine investment to spend on the premium pass, which, you know, I'm not happy to do, but I thought, hey, it could be fun to do this, so why not? So there you go. Make sure to vote for your favorite car or for your most hated car, whatever it is that you want to see me driving. Honestly, I wouldn't be too upset if the Faraday loses. Just saying, I mean, loses. I really don't care for that car. I know it's great, and people keep on telling me that it's an amazing car. I know that. I just don't like it. But anyway, let's jump into some multiplayer because that's what we were supposed to do to begin with. And to be completely honest, the only reason I'm gonna use the Mercedes EQS is because I'm still in the beginner league in MP1, well, in the classic season. And obviously I could use other electric cars. I do have other electric cars, but like I said, I've never used this car, so I'm willing to try. Let's see what this thing drives like and what it sounds like. So as I was saying earlier, it is not that I hate electric cars. It's not that I have anything against electric cars, the technology of electric cars or anything. I really don't mind if it's honestly better for the environment, which, you know, it's a little bit of a question because the lithium-ion batteries are pretty harmful to make. But anyway, I'm not gonna go, get out of the way. Regardless of that, I don't have anything against the technology. My problem is this. That they just around, you know, they don't vroom. I really like my cars to vroom. And while it might sound dumb, like, oh Jesus, you just like your cars to go vroom vroom, right? Well, yes, I do. There is something about cars having this big visceral tone to them. The fact, I mean, is it really a surprise that people like cars that vroom hard? I think it only makes sense. When you're driving, you want to feel that rumble of the engine. You want to hear it roar and all of that. And I think it's just a little bit of an instinctive situation. When, oh Jesus, this thing doesn't turn, does it? Jesus, it's terrible. Well, I don't know how to drive it, but hey. It does have amazing nitro though. That's what I'm noticing. But man, I just can't turn this thing. Look at that. That's the most turn I can do. Jesus. It's like, I don't know, maybe this might be a dumb example, but if you guys have done dishes like I did when I was younger, I would, like, my parents would put me to do the dishes, right? I always felt like those soaps that didn't make what's it called, foam. Is it foam? That little bubbles and whatnot. Soaps that don't make foam don't feel like they're doing anything for me. Instead, I need a more tactile visual, you know, indicator that this thing is working. It's somewhat similar with electric cars for me, where I need the car to rumble, to hear it, to all of that. Obviously, I know that a car's working if it's moving, right? But I think you understand what I'm saying. It's a matter of how it feels. It's that whole thing, right? So I saw a lot of this same car, unsurprisingly, because, you know, this car was given away for free, if I remember correctly, and on top of that, you can upgrade this thing with adverts, so it's not like, you know, it's an exclusive car by any means. So overall, to me, the whole thing, it just lies on the thing that you cannot hear an engine vroom on this thing. It seems that a lot of the, let's say, customer grade vehicles, electric vehicles, are focused on being silent, because apparently a silent car, Jesus, this thing doesn't turn. A silent car is a luxury car, and yeah, I mean, even vroomy cars, you know, that luxury cars make it so, like, hyper luxury for I don't know, limousines or whatever. The idea is that you don't get to hear the engine because you want that. Oh my god, I couldn't even make the jump. Okay, The idea is that you don't hear the engine. So I get that idea, but overall, as a trend, I don't like that cars were going silent or are still going silent. In fact, there was this peculiar thing where cars were being so silent that some countries needed to introduce some legislation where cars need to make a certain amount of noise at low speeds. Because at low speeds, at high speed is not a problem if the car itself is silent, because you at least get the, and you, I mean the what's it called, the people walking around or whatever, they hear the car because of all of the wind noise and the tire noise, so it's not necessarily silent in that sense. But at low speeds, they were so silent because the wind noise wasn't there, the tire noise really wasn't there, that people were getting run over by electric cars because dumb people looking at their phones or whatever weren't paying attention, and because they don't hear anything, they think they're free to cross, and there you go, you got run over. So yeah, that was a funny thing in regards to silent cars. But overall, even once they added those annoying whines that they have for engine sounds, or I guess motor sounds, they're so bad. They're absolutely terrible, and I hate it. Okay, so let me guess, more Mercedes-Benz EQSs over here? I bet there are. No, well, the Suzuki actually beat us all. There was only one EQS. Okay, cool, interesting. At least there's a bit more variety. I'm still gaining some points, so that's something. I'll take it. So yeah, overall, that is just my general thoughts on the electric car and motor sound. It's not an engine, it's a motor sound. It's not good. In fact, there is this video, I mean, it's a bit old by now, but there is this video where they're talking proudly about how they're getting some music composers to create the motor sounds for electric cars to make them sound beautiful and all. And I was like, excuse me, what? I'll show it to you. I don't want this video to be a reaction video of other videos, but I do have a couple of things to show you. But yeah, overall, I think you get my whole idea, right? I don't like that they don't make noises, and the noises that they make, they're so weak. Now, I know that they could, through speakers, just play some vrooms, and honestly, I think that would be the best compromise that I would have in case they really want to keep going with this type of things. Ah, Jesus! But yeah, that is basically why I don't like electric cars, and that is the main reason why I don't use electric cars in this or any other game. Just because I don't like it. I mean, when you're driving a real car, I imagine when you're driving an electric car, well, I mean, you can feel the power of the torque of the car, so at least you get that sensation, right? You may not have the feedback of the vibration and all of that, but you do have the feedback of the actual movement of the car. You may not have the sound, but you feel the power of the motor, so that's fine. But in games it's even worse, because in games you don't have any of that. You don't have the vroomy noises, you don't have any physical, oh Jesus, oh boy, I never have done that jump with slow cars, so that was close. You don't have that feeling of the vibration of the car, nothing. There's really nothing in a video game to communicate the power of an electric car other than the sound. Well, I guess if you're playing a fancy racing game where it does have like a controller vibration and all, you can feel a little bit of that. But overall, yeah, the electric cars are even worsely translated into video games, because no sound, no feeling of the car, nothing. And that is why I don't like them. So, with all of that said, I want to show you this video, which is precisely what I was saying. That music composers are replacing the sounds of engines in cars.
That's the sound of BMW's Vision M Next, which was composed by Hans Zimmer, one of the most famous movie score composers of all time. Or like this. That's the sound of Volkswagen's ID.R, which was created by Leslie Mandoki, a composer who played drums in the European disco band Genghis Khan.
I think you get my idea, right? Okay, increase the volume a bit more so that you can actually hear it.
That's the sound of BMW's Vision M Next.
How exciting, right?
Composed by Hans Zimmer, one of the most famous movie score composers of all time.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, he might be a score composer and all of that, but man, that was an absolutely terrible engine sound.
Or like
motor sound. Same situation over there. It's just absolutely terrible. I hate it. Now, remember that I was saying about the difference between a regular car and a more racing car? In case you're not familiar with it, this is what the actual ID.R sounds like in real life. Check this out. Never mind the music. Come on, give me the engine sound. I mean the motor. There it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I still don't like it. I still don't like it, but at least there's something more than just a wee. This one sounds more aggressive and all. Because this, like I said, this is a more racing type of car. This is not about a consumer being comfortable. This is about a performance car. So, yeah, no worries about whatever disgustingly weird noises it makes. However, as I was trying to say a bit earlier, not all cars are going in this same direction. There is one car that is trying something different, and I appreciate it for it. And that's the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT electric muscle car with the Fratzonic chambered exhaust. Listen to this thing. Just listen to it. If you ask me, it's still not as good as a Vroom. That's the best we got. Hold on, there were a couple more. Yeah, there it is. Come on, do it. Do you think? So again, it's not a vroomy sound because obviously it doesn't have a combustion engine. It cannot sound like that. But what this thing is doing is channeling some air in order to blah 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 and make the noise. Not a vroom, but at least they're trying to make a car that doesn't sound like just a generic E. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my thesis as to why electric car sucks. No, but for real, I mean, I am not a big fan of electrics. But again, remember to vote in the poll. Link is in the description, or just go to the community tab in my channel to make sure you vote for whatever car you want to see be the car that I waste an ultimate upgrade on, and I'm gonna make that car be part of my Gauntlet team for a while and make some MP videos, because why not? But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video somehow, please hit the like button. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Or you're also welcome to check this video I did yesterday of the Asphalt collapse, where Asphalt 8 and Asphalt 9 servers just went down and a lot of people were not able to play these games. Or check this other video where I did Gauntlet, when I drove in Gauntlet. Yeah, fun stuff. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.